Hi, my name is Khuzaima and welcome to my channel Hustle and Chill. Today I'm speaking about the importance of balance in life and why it is necessary to have everything in equilibrium. So, why is balance important? Because when you overthink, overplan, and overdo things, it may not always result in the way you have desired. So, I'd like to put an analogy to understand equilibrium, and that is equilibrium and balance is like an aeroplane. Aeroplane has two wings, birds also have two wings, and the weight on the both the wings should be balanced. If one of the sides is overweight, then it will lose the balance and it will not be able to fly. So if you want to go ahead, advance, and proceed in life, you have to have equilibrium and balance in everything that you do. So, some of the things I'd like to mention here are you have to have balance between passion and action. In today's world of social media and YouTube, when we see other creators and they talk about passion, what we don't realize is that along with passion they have put in equal amount of action. So passion and action should always be in balance. If you are over passionate about something and you just go on thinking and dreaming about doing things but you don't take action, then it will result in disappointment and you will stay where you are. So passion and action should always be in balance. Along with that, the second example of balance is between rest and motion. Now, I'm not saying that you should work for 12 hours and sleep for 12 hours. That is not what I mean by balance between rest and motion. But what I'm trying to say is that when you work and you work with concentration, your mental effort into something, then after some point of time you will have to take rest, because if you don't take rest, then you will not be able to sustain it over a long period of time. So for sustaining it, you have to have rest after you are in motion. So you have to balance between rest and motion in everything that you do. Along with that, you are required to have equilibrium between positivity and reality. I don't say negativity, I say reality, because reality is all about perception, and there is no negativity, only lessons for our life so that we can advance in our life. So when we in this age, there is so much information about positivity and to think positive, and I think that is necessary. Those reminders are necessary from time to time. But along with that, it is also important that you stay focused on reality. And if you balance between positivity and reality, then you will have a good combination, and you can have practical positivity. I just coined that word, practical positivity. That's good. You have to be practical about your positivity. Along with that, another example of balance should be between reading and writing. What happens most of the time is that when you read something and you like the language and the style in which author has written something, I'm speaking about non-fiction books. So what happens is that you get into the habit of reading, and reading is important, there is no doubt in it. But along with that, it is also important that you write something about what you have read, because if you only passively read something and you don't engage with the information, as they say, and you don't add your own thoughts and you don't summarize it in your own words, it will be difficult for you to internalize it, because and you will only have surface level of knowledge. So if you want to have a deep level of knowledge of anything, You have to read about it, but you also have to add your own thoughts, add your own experience about it, and write about it, or you can speak about it by making YouTube videos. That is one of the ways. Another thing, which is a more general way of doing things, is you should balance between creating and consuming, because it is a lot more easier to consume passively because it doesn't require much effort, and when you create something it requires effort, and you have got a limitation, like you can create for like 1 or 2 hours. After that you have to take a rest, and you can not create quality content if you work for long hours. So when you're fresh, like I'm recording this video in the morning, I have just returned from namaz and I'm recording this video. So I personally have a tendency to work for around like 1 hour on my YouTube project, and after that I have got interest, but I'm not motivated or inspired any longer. So when you have that frame of inspiration, that window of inspiration, you have to act in it, because you may lose that inspiration and you may not create something. So consuming and creating is important, because when you create something, you only grow when you create, and consumption is only a reference for you to create something better than it. Consuming something is only a reference of what people have done before you, and it gives you a reference point for what you have to create, and you can create something better than that. So you have to balance between consuming and creating. Along with that, excitement and control. This is very important. Like when you're excited about something, that is good. There is a time for excitement and there is a time for control. And when you have both the things, it only works in your benefit, because when you are overexcited about something, you may have blind spot and you may not look at some things and you may miss some vital information. So when you have control, when you think deliberately, when you have a skeptical eye and a critical thinking, it helps you to it only works in your favor if you have both the things. So excitement and control is necessary. Along with that, another thing that we should all balance is between force and fineness. Force and fineness. I think I pronounced that word correctly. Force is something which you do by effort, by putting effort into it, by struggling for it. And second thing is fineness, by silence, by serenity. So this works in social dynamics and in your personal life, in your internal life. Sometimes you have to be strong with yourself, and at other times you have to take care of yourself and be easy with yourself. So both things are important, force and fineness. That way things are easier, and it is a lot easier to progress in this line of style, in this line of conduct. I would say force and fineness, you have to balance between both of those things. Along with that, this is something philosophical. I would like to add that there should be balance between light and darkness. By darkness, I don't mean evil and negativity, but it is just a part of reality. So what do I mean by you have to balance between light and darkness? And that is, well, I don't have to explain you the importance of light. We all know the importance of light, but darkness is as important. Just imagine if you want to sleep at night and all the lights are turned on. Just imagine that the sun never goes down, and how can you sleep if the sun never goes down? So for you to rest, darkness is important. Darkness means silence, serenity, rest. It doesn't mean evil and negativity. So darkness and light, both the things are important. So complete light is also not good and complete darkness is also not good. Both the things are important, so you have to balance between both the things. So now we come to the question that how do you gain balance? We have talked about why it is important. Now, how do you gain balance? So the first thing is know thyself, that is self-awareness. You have to know yourself, you have to know your vision, your goals, your dreams in life, and you have to know yourself, your nature, your character, things you are good at, things you are not so good at. And you have to know that you may deviate from the path from time to time, but you have to reorient and rebalance yourself on the path of equilibrium. I always get this thing when I pronounce this word equilibrium. So that is all I have to say. So you gain balance by being aware, and when you get off the track, you don't beat yourself, you don't get involved into self-pity, but rather you gain control and you try to come back as in the way that is possible for you. Along with that, you have to also, now one more thing that I would like to add is you have to gain balance between materialism and spirituality. Now spirituality is something that is very important and very crucial for leading a happy life, and along with that, material things are also as important, because to reach to a better place in spiritualism you have to use materialistic tools, because material things are tools and instruments to gain that spirituality in your life. So that is important. Now to add another dimension to this video, I would like to mention some of the drawbacks of imbalance. And when a life is imbalanced, when you're imbalanced, you're incomplete, you're off the track. And if you overdo something or if you underdo something, both the things are necessary. Like you don't have to overdo something and you don't have to underdo something. You have to do the thing in the way that it is supposed to be done. So if you overdo or underdo something, the deficiency will always show in some other aspect of life. You have to have balance between humility and confidence. Like if you're over humble, that shows that you're weak, and if you're overconfident, that shows that you're arrogant. So you have to have balance between humility and confidence as well. So, and if you don't have that balance, then your life will be incomplete, and if it is incomplete, it will not be a happy life, and you will be disappointed from time to time, and it will be hard for you to progress along those lines. So these are some of my thoughts on importance of balance in life. Hope you liked the video. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and press the notification bell, and also let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. We will meet again in the next video. Bye.